What we'd like people to understand about the Gippsland Lakes Outer Barrier is just how important it is to the traditional owners and the Gunaikurnai people. Originally, the lakes were a freshwater system, and they're a primary place for traditional owners to exist, indeed to thrive. Alongside the cultural heritage, there's obvious biodiversity elements, so it continues to be a highly significant and a highly important part of Gunaikurnai country. There's been a lot of work registering sites and excavating sites and understanding sites, and it's resulted in this opportunity, which has allowed a whole lot of investigative work go into key areas and those that are at greatest risk, where ancestral remains and cultural heritage was significantly impacted by weather events and by some erosion. So by being successful in this project, we've been able to put quite a number of traditional owners onto country doing a meaningful job to protect heritage and culture and biodiversity, where they can learn new skills, they can see some meaningful outcomes for their hard work, and they can take their families to it and help more members of the community to feel a sense of pride that they're actively working to manage their own country and set us up for the future. Our project isn't sort of one that will stop and be finished. This is one that will need to have some continued interest and involvement from us and from our partners, but we see that as a positive thing because it helps to maintain that connection over time. One of the reasons why we see this as being so important is that it does give us a vehicle to further the connection that we want traditional owners to have with their country. And the Outer Barrier, it's not a straightforward place to visit. For an average person, you need a boat or you need some sort of mechanism to get over there. And so for a lot of traditional owners and Aboriginal people who may not have that opportunity in their normal life, we've been able to try and create that connection to an important part of their country by getting people over there, by reintroducing them to a part of their country which is otherwise hard to get to, and then to see that positive outcome and protection works happen and be involved as they can. As we develop competencies to work in the water, we might start doing some seagrass surveys around that protection works, which is like the next sort of steps. It's not just about the protection on site, it's about everything else that happens around it as well, and getting more community involved in each of those steps. And whether it's active or passive, it doesn't matter. We just want people to be aware of it and to be proud of that work that's happening, and to then hopefully be more involved in identifying the next steps that we're talking about. So whether it's another similar project or offshoots, the more that community are involved, the better. There is a renewed interest in outer barrier works as a result of this project, and a big part of that is the work that goes into visually capturing the journey of this project, and then having conversations as you share that. And this site in particular is accessible by boat, and whenever we take a boat tour to visually see that work and to start talking with young ones, talking with old ones about what we can do in the future, it does generate a lot of interest and gets the juices flowing, as they say.